morning students. Today we are going to discuss sexual reproduction in humans. In that we are going to discuss the major reproductive events in sexual reproduction. So what are the major reproductive events? Gametogenesis, insemination, fertilization, cleavage, implantation, placentation, gastrulation, organogenesis and parturition. So these are all the major reproductive events in sexual reproduction in human. Let me see one by one in detail. First event is gametogenesis. So what is gametogenesis? Formation of gametes by spermatogenesis and oogenesis is called as gametogenesis. So gametogenesis include two different processes. One is spermatogenesis, another one is oogenesis. What is spermatogenesis? Formation of sperm, that is male gamete from the testis, primary male sex organ. It is called as spermatogenesis. So here spermatogonia or sperm mother cell undergoes mitotic division to form primary spermatocyte. Now the primary spermatocytes undergo meiosis 1 and form the secondary spermatocytes. Now the secondary spermatocytes undergoes meiosis 2 and form 4 haploid spermatid. Then spermatid produce spermatozoa by a process called spermiogenesis. So in this way sperm production take place in the primary sex organ, male sex organ, testis. So it is said to be spermatogenesis. So next process is called oogenesis. So here female gamete or ovum or egg is developed from the ovary, that is the female primary sex organ. It is said to be oogenesis. So during fetal development, certain cells in the germinal epithelium of the fetal ovary divide by mitosis and produce millions of egg mother cell or oogonia. So here oogonia, that is the egg mother cell, undergoes mitotic division to form primary oocytes. Now primary oocytes undergo meiosis cell division and produce secondary oocyte. Secondary oocytes undergoes meiosis 2 and produce ovum or egg. In this way female gamete, ovum or egg produced from the female sex organ, ovary, it is called as oogenesis. So gametogenesis, gamete formation from the primary sex organs of human being, it is called as gametogenesis. Next event is insemination. So what is insemination? Transfer of sperms by the male into the female genital tract is called as insemination. It is a process in which the sperm undergoes series of cellular changes that enables its participation in fertilization. The fundamental change that occurs during capacitation in alkalinization of sperm cytoplasm, in which the intracellular pH level increases, particularly in the flagellum. So capacitation is a biochemical event that enables the sperm to penetrate and fertilize the egg. So this is insemination, transfer of sperm by the male into the female genital tract that undergo capacitation. It is nothing but a biochemical activity which enables the sperm to penetrate and fertilize the egg. So this is insemination. Now the next event is fertilization. Fertilization, fusion between the haploid sperm and haploid ovum results in the production of diploid zygote. This is called as fertilization. Fertilization occurs only if the ovum and sperms are transported simultaneously to the ampullary isthmic junction of the fallopian tube. Now the next event is cleavage. So fusion of haploid sperm and haploid ovum results in the formation of diploid zygote is called fertilization. And the next event after fertilization is cleavage. So what is cleavage? It is the repeated mitotic division of the zygote resulting in an increasing number of cells. The daughter cells generated by this division are termed blastomere. The process begins soon after fertilization and continues as the zygote moves down the uterine tube. Cleavage serves two important functions in early development. The process creates a multicellular embryo. It is also an organizing process that partitions the embryo into developmental region. The cytoplasm of the zygote contains many chemicals that regulate gene expression. So the process by which the zygote rapidly divides without growing to become multicellular. So this is said to be cleavage. Now the next stage is implantation. So what is implantation? So next step is implantation. Here attachment of blastocyst to the uterine wall take place. So this is only said to be implantation. So the process that occurs after an embryo, that is a fertilized egg, travels down the fallopian tube and burrows deep into the lining of the uterus where it will remain until delivery. So this is only said to be implantation. So next step is gastrulation. So what is this gastrulation? It is a process during embryonic development that changes the embryo from a blastula with a single layer of cells to a gastrula containing multiple layers of cell. It involves the blastula folding in upon itself or dividing, which creates two layers of cell. So the inner mass in the blastula differentiated into epiblast and hypoblast immediately after implantation. The hypoblast is the embryonic endoderm and the epiblast is the ectoderm. The cells remaining in between the epiblast and endoderm form a mesoderm. Thus, the transformation of the blastocyst into the gastrula with the primary germ layers by the movement of the blastomeres is called gastrulation. Each germ layers gives rise to specific tissues, organs, organ system during organogenesis. Now the next step is organogenesis. So what is this organogenesis? Organogenesis is a process by which the three germ layers of the embryo, which are the ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm, develop into internal organs of the organism. The primary germ layers serve as a primitive tissue from which all body organs develop. The ectoderm gives rise to the central nervous tissue, brain and spinal cord, peripheral nervous tissue, epidermis and its derivatives, and mammary gland. Mesoderm gives rise to the connective tissue, cartilage and bone, muscles, organs of urinogenital system, kidney, ureter and gonads. The endodermal derivatives are epithelium of gastrointestinal and respiratory tract, liver, pancreas, thyroid and parathyroid. So this is about organogenesis. Next, placentation. So what is placenta? So placentation, formation of placenta, which is the intimate connection between fetus and uterine wall of the mother for exchange of nutrient. Placenta is a temporary endocrine organ formed during pregnancy and it connects the fetus to the uterine wall through the umbilical cord. It is the organ by which the nutritive, respiratory and excretory function are fulfilled. The embryo's heart develops during the 4th week of pregnancy and circulates blood through the umbilical cord and placenta as well as through its own tissue. So placentation, formation of placenta, which is the intimate connection between fetus and uterine wall of the mother for exchange of nutrients. Then the next step is parturition. So what is parturition? Expulsion of the fetus from the mother's womb. This is said to be parturition. Childbirth, the process of delivering the baby and placenta from the uterus to the vagina to the outside world. It is also called as labor and delivery. Parturition occurs when gestation period is over. Contraction of the uterus allows the baby to be expelled out. Parturition means childbirth and it is the endocrine mechanism, and it occurs when a fully developed fetus and placenta produces the fetal ejection reflex. So what is parturition? Expulsion of the fetus from the mother's womb. So these are all the different events involved in sexual reproduction in human beings.